Hello everybody, I hope you're okay and you're staying safe and staying warm. I'm feeling a bit cold today, so I put pyjamas on, I'm snuggling up, got myself a warm drink, and I think I'm going to go and crawl into bed and get nice and warm, just like some of the animals in today's story. Today's story is called Winter Sleep, and it's a hibernation story by Sean Taylor and Alex Moores. And it's illustrated by Sin-Yi Chu. When it was summer, I stayed at Granny Sylvie's house. She knows lots of things, like the names of flowers and how to spot a deer's hoofprint. And where to splash round in the pond, climb a slope of green fern, pass through oak trees with moss on one side, and find a secret glade. Butterflies fluttered even though it was late. Granny Sylvie helped me listen for songs of different birds. It was still warm. We stayed right into the summer magic of the night. And we kept so still. We saw the dormouse who lives there run up a hazel tree. Can you see the dormouse? When I went back to stay with Granny, it was winter. I asked her, "Can we go to the secret glade?" She said, "Yes, if you can find it." Everything was different. The pond was frozen hard. The ferns on the slope looked dead. The oak trees with moss on one side were all bony. And the glade was quiet and bare. It wasn't anything the same. No butterflies, no flowers, no birds. I wanted to see the dormouse, but Granny said the dormouse will be having a winter sleep. It was too cold to stay, and I said, "Nothing's alive in winter." Granny Sylvie told me, "It is." Can't see the dormouse, but she's hiding here. She'll be safely, deeply sleeping all winter long. This is her hibernation time. In autumn, she feasted on forest nuts, fruits and insects. Then the long nights came. She felt cold, heavy and sleepy. There was nothing more to eat. So she made a nest ball, and she's inside secretly snoring until the spring sun warms her body again. On the way back I asked her, "Are there any other animals hiding in the trees?" Can you see the dormouse? Fast asleep. All tucked up warm. Granny said, "Yes, lots of bats hibernate in trees. On warm nights they fly across the forest chasing insects and pulling spiders from webs. But even their food rests in winter, so bats snuggle up in a hollow trunk or cave and snooze through the frosty weather." I said, "Where do all the insects go?" Granny told me some are sleeping right under your feet. The ground is frozen hard. But down below there are stag beetles waiting to come out. The queen bumblebee sleeps in a tiny tunnel. Some moths and butterflies hide underground, often wrapped up, waiting for spring. Mother earwigs look after their eggs until they hatch when spring comes. We were coming to the pond, so I asked, "What about in the water?" Do you know what hibernates in the water, under the water, during the winter? Granny said there's ice on top of the pond, but pond life waits below. Before it froze, frogs dived down deep into slimy mud. Now they are still and breathing so slowly. They seem dead, but when the water warms in the spring, we'll hear them croaking again. I said, "So all sorts of animals are having a winter sleep." Can you see the frog fast asleep in the slimy mud at the bottom? That's right, Granny Sylvie told me. Some even make a special home for winter. A bear builds a den deep in the woods, perhaps in a cave, an old tree trunk or hidden hollow. Mummy Bear slows right down and rests there with her cubs, curled up tight on a bed she's made from soft moss, twigs and leaves. Has anybody spotted the bear cub curled up close? Can you see it? Just here. Granny Sylvie was telling me about the animals in winter when I was in bed. You see, she told me, there's plenty of life tucked up hiding in the cold. I nodded. I could feel the cosy magic of the dark night outside. And even though it wasn't very late, I closed my eyes for a winter sleep. Now this book has got some extra information in it, so if you want to find out more when we come back after the holiday, just ask to borrow it from me and you'll be able to find out more about what is hibernation, and you can also find out more about all the different creatures who hibernate, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, fish and birds. Mini beasts. And it also tells you how you can help the animals in the winter when it's cold. Perhaps you can do some information finding of your own over the holiday before we come back. Take care, stay warm and enjoy your winter sleep. Bye.